Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a review and demo on the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. This is what the packaging looks like here. This is one of NYX's new foundations that recently released, I think at the end of December. So it's been out for a couple months now. I have been wanting to do this review for you guys for quite some time, as I actually purchased mine in December, but I just finally got around to it. So let's just go ahead and jump into all the details about the product, and then I will give you my thoughts and opinion, and we'll jump into the demo. So basically, this foundation retails for $13.99. I picked mine up at Ulta. I believe you can also pick it up at the NYX website or any place that sells NYX. This comes in 24 shades, which I think is an amazing shade range for a drugstore foundation. I think that's awesome. As far as the amount of product, you get 0.43 fluid ounces. So I think it is pretty small, and it comes in like a little dropper packaging here. This is what it looks like here. So I mean, with most foundations you typically get like 1 fluid ounce, so I feel like you do get a small amount of product, and I feel like it is kind of on the pricier side for a drugstore foundation. But what they claim is that you're only supposed to use a few drops, and you can build the coverage of this foundation. So basically what this says is, with just a few drops, our Total Control Drop Foundation delivers sheer to full coverage and a velvety matte finish. Basically on the back of the packaging here, it says 2 drops is light coverage, 3 drops is medium coverage, and 4 drops is full coverage. So as far as the claims go, yes, I definitely agree that it has a matte finish. I would say that yes, it's buildable, but I don't know that you can quite build it to a full coverage. I would say you can definitely, do light coverage if you wanted and build it all the way up to a good medium, but I don't know that I got a solid full coverage out of this foundation. I feel like you could probably build it there, but at the same time I feel like it'll probably get cakey. So I mean, I feel like it's a good medium to full coverage. And as far as like the whole drops, where it says three drops for medium, 4 drops for full, I completely disagree with that. Like, I have to use a bunch of drops to build this up. And I've tried applying it different ways. I've tried with a brush, with a beauty blender, and what I found works best is actually just dropping it like right onto my face and then blending it out, because I feel like whatever I do, like if I drop it into a brush or into my beauty blender, that it just soaks up the product. So I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with the amount of drops that they say in order to build like your certain coverage. This foundation does come with a brush, and I have heard a lot of people say that that brush actually works really well with this product, but I didn't pick it up. I just figured I have so many foundation brushes that I could make one of mine work. So to get into some of the cons that I've noticed with this foundation, I personally don't like the application with a brush. I feel like I like to apply it first with the brush and then go back in with the beauty blender, or just with the beauty blender by itself. When I apply with a brush, for some reason it like I can just see it sitting in my pores. It's like it never really melts into my skin. So that's just personally kind of my thoughts on that, and like one con that I've seen. Like I said, the other con, I really think you have to just use so many drops to build this foundation up. And I mean, this is a small bottle here, so I feel like you're just going to go through this pretty quickly. So if you're somebody who likes a full coverage foundation, this is probably not the best option for you, because I feel like you're going to go through this really quickly. And like I said, it's kind of on the pricier end for a drugstore foundation. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is, like, as this foundation wears through the day, like when I do get oily, usually I get oily like right here on my cheeks, my nose, and my forehead. One thing that I did notice is it kind of enhances my pores right here on my cheeks, and you can start to see like texture, and it's almost like the foundation is like lifting off the skin. So that's one downfall that I saw for this foundation. But I mean, when you first put it on, it looks very nice. The finish is pretty nice. So I mean, take what you will from this review. Like I said, I have pretty mixed feelings about this foundation. I don't find myself reaching for it that often. But anyways, let's just go ahead and jump right into the demo, and I'll give you some more thoughts as I'm applying the foundation, with the brush versus the beauty blender. Alright guys, so first off I'm priming my skin with the NYX Angel Veil Primer, and I like to tap this all over my face and just pat that into the skin just to give me a nice smooth canvas. And I also did a little bit of color correcting off camera. I used the NYX Green Color Corrector just to conceal any of my redness and acne scarring. And then I'm going in with the Drop Foundation in the shade True Beige 08, and I like to drop it directly onto my skin. And for half of my face I'm using a brush. This is a Real Techniques foundation brush, and I just like to stipple that into the skin. I found by placing the drops directly onto the skin and then blending it out, whether it's with a brush or a beauty blender, this works best, because if you apply it into your brush or your sponge, it just absorbs too much of the product. So I have to use a few, quite a few drops on my face, but as you can see, it gives nice coverage, definitely evens out the complexion. This foundation, unfortunately, is a little bit too light for me. I could have probably went up a shade, but as you can see, it covered up everything pretty nicely. And then I'm doing the same thing on this half of my face. I'm just dotting it onto my skin, and then I will go in with a damp beauty blender just to blend everything out. And personally, I like the application of the beauty blender better, or even if I apply it with a brush for more coverage, I like to go in afterward with a beauty blender just to sink it into my skin. Just because I feel like when I applied it with a brush, it was kind of just sitting on top of the skin. As you can see, the beauty blender just gives it more of like a natural finish, and then you can still build up the coverage. So I'm going back in with a few more drops and then just building up the coverage with the beauty blender. But I just feel like it sunk into the skin a lot more nicely. So that's it for this video. I hope this review and demo was helpful. If you guys have any questions, leave me a comment down below and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. Otherwise, thanks for watching as always, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!